You know, and I didn't have a faith community in college. I went to a Catholic college, but I wasn't part of campus ministry. Honestly, I was a drinker and, you know, a partier, and I really felt like, oh, they're not going to accept me, or I don't think I want to hang out with them either. I mean, everything was kind of coming to a head right around that age 20. I think that point is always painful for me too, because I know at that point I started to make that conscious choice of walking away from the Lord. And that's when I really, when I say I got into grad school and I was looking for something to bring me peace, you know, here's now, I'm like, well, I'm going to look down this road and this road and this road. And the first road I happened to step on was yoga. I mean, I was meeting people who were doing Reiki, which is a kind of form of healing, energy healing, and meeting folks in the yoga tradition, and those were very enticing to me. They were paths where you could heal yourself. And you know, I really can't remember, like, when was the first conversation about Jesus. It may have just been after a few months. Heather may have said something like, well, oh, I think her question was, what does your tradition say about Jesus? And that got me thinking. When I started just questioning, you know, where is this yoga path going? I mean, I've been on it for 12 years, you know, where is it going? And then with raising this question about who is Jesus, that just sparked something in me, and another friend from the same church lent me her Bible. And so I started reading the Gospel of John. And in the same time, I'm over in my yoga books, you know, and I have tons of those. So I'm like, what do these say about Jesus? What do they say about the one true path, or Jesus is the way and the truth and the life? And that was the question I just kept coming back to. And I was sort of praying to him, Jesus, you know, are you the way and the truth and the life? You have to tell me. And then I would go to my yoga prayers and pray in that direction, you know, who's telling the truth here? The main thing that was missing, that kept me coming back to Jesus, was where's the provision for sin? I just had nowhere to take my sins, and they were weighing me down. There was no place to go with that. There was no place to say, who's going to forgive me? So the turning point came really out of a message that our pastor told on my birthday of that year about how we're these broken, fragile clay jars. And you know, my story up until that point had been one of so much brokenness. You know, my friend's death, the abuse from childhood, the abuse of relationships, and then for him to talk about us right there in the Bible, there I was, you know, a fragile clay jar. I just literally turned, and it's like I smacked right into him. He was just waiting for me. I got my answer that day. You know, I really got my answer. And I remember having this moment, and I still have this photo where I had my cell phone, and I just took a picture of myself because I just wanted to remember this day. There's just a lightness and a freedom now that just came from praying to him, surrendering to him, and then praying with other people in his name.